Also new details right now. This map showing where the plane and the helicopter collided over the Potomac. As you can see right here, the red path, that's the American Airlines jet heading north and then banking towards runway 33, which is right over in this area. The last transmission there, 8:48:01. The Army Black Hawk helicopter is the black flight path there. It was heading south, just came over Washington, D.C. The pilot had just confirmed with air traffic control that it had a visual of the plane, 8:47:58. So again, those two transmissions were only about 3 seconds apart before this collision. Fox 35's Marie Edinger joins us live from Orlando International Airport today. So Marie, you spoke to an expert about air traffic controllers and their role here, and this is a big job.
It is, and that's one that a lot of officials, including the president, was talking about today as well. So as you just heard Merlisa mention, this air traffic control team was understaffed at this time. But, John, as you just said, we do know that the air traffic controller was at least in contact with the operators of these aircrafts. Travelers at the Orlando International Airport a little more on edge today than average.
Definitely gives me pause. Always say your prayers when you get on the plane.
How did this happen?
That's the question on everyone's mind, and it's one the NTSB is investigating. But President Donald Trump said today diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives could be to blame. An executive order last week alleged DEI initiatives kept the FAA and Department of Transportation from hiring employees on the basis of individual capability and competence. And President Trump issued a memorandum this evening ordering the Transportation Secretary and FAA Administrator to review hiring decisions made in the past 4 years.
We want the brightest, the smartest, the sharpest. We want somebody that's psychologically superior.
Dr. Mike McCormick spent over 3 decades with the FAA and was responsible for hiring at the air traffic organization.
It is as pure meritocracy as you can think of.
He says before you can even start the process to work for air traffic control, you take a test to measure your aptitude for the job, and you go through a rigorous medical examination and certification, followed by a security investigation. Next is a screening program at the FAA Academy and 2 to 5 years of on-the-job training.
Nowhere amongst those standards is there anything that has to do with DEI as one of the criteria to select or train or certify an air traffic controller.
The FAA said this afternoon staffing levels were not normal at air traffic control when the crash happened. The 2024 FAA Reauthorization Act hoped to address a staffing shortage that's lingered since the pandemic. The new Enhanced Air Traffic Control Collegiate Initiative at Embry-Riddle University hopes to help too.
Students at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University can take a test and get performance evaluation, and they will be able to bypass the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City and go directly to an air traffic control facility.
I asked Dr. McCormick if there was anything else he would want you guys at home to know, and he asked me to remind you that air travel is still the safest way to get around. At the Orlando International Airport, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Marie. And you can depend on Fox 35 to get you breaking updates on this story around the clock.